Hi everybody, Northwest Viking here in the greenhouse again today, and just wanted to give you an update on the lettuce starts we did last week. If you missed my first video, you can check it out. I started a bunch of lettuce seedlings, put some in the hydroponic tubes and planted some outside. We'll see how this does. I'll tell you, the ones that I did outside are alive, except for the ones the slugs ate, but the ground's still pretty cold here. So they're not growing real quick, but I wanted to show you the ones in the tubes. They're doing really good. You can see we got some nice good growth on them. Leaves are growing, and the big thing to look at is, I don't know if you remember when we put them in here, just had a little root sticking through. So we've got some nice healthy roots growing there, nice new white growth on the roots. So these guys are doing great. They'll take off here and we'll be eating before you know it. By the way, these have been in here for about 10 days. So they're kind of just getting established and they'll really take off. It's getting a little warmer too. Still really cold at night though. Then as far as the lettuce we overwintered in here, the ones in the dirt here are still just really thriving. I've been picking leaves off of here every day, but they're doing great. The ones that overwintered in the hydroponic tubes aren't doing as well. I mean, they're still growing, but just not as well. And it's even starting to taste a little bit bitter. Not bad, but starting to turn. So I'll probably take these out and replace them. So what I noticed was through the winter and the cold and the dark and the short days, the lettuce in the tubes really did a lot better. And now that it's warming up, a little more heat, a little more daylight, the ones in the dirt are doing better. So I know these new ones that I just put in the tubes will take off and do really well until it gets too hot. Then you have the opposite problem. Then we'll go to the outside. So I also want to show you the tomato starts that I have. They're probably big enough to go into the buckets, the hydroponic buckets, but again, it's just too cold out here still at night, so I've still got them inside, and we'll head inside and I'll show you those here in a minute. So these are my tomato and pepper starts. We got 2 or 3 varieties of tomatoes and a couple of varieties of peppers, and I started them in this tray here, and like I said, they're probably big enough to go in the hydroponic buckets. They're getting their set of true leaves on there, but again, it's just too cold out. So I'm in the process of moving them into some different pots here. And tomatoes transplant really well. Each time you transplant them, you just transplant them deeper and deeper in along that stem where you put them in the dirt, they'll grow new roots. So even better, but we're just waiting for it to warm up a little bit, so I will check in with you next week. Thanks for watching.